I think he must have been known as Frank.
I thought I'd look for a grave that had a poppy on it at least, and I found it.
Is that God, so that God can return their son to him, or when they come, it's all...
And that is the reason why we have the poppy as a symbol on Remembrance Day and the armistice. We've arrived at Dover Ferry port because we're on our way to France. And the ferry that we had booked was for 5:25, and we are here at just 3 o'clock now, isn't it?
Dead on 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and shout up because I've not got microphone on, not prepared.
Yeah.
And
3 o'clock, and we've managed to get ourselves on the 3:25 ferry.
can we see that? Oh, we're going on the 3:25 ferry. Because he drove like Nigel Mansell.
That's because I look like this.
Anyway, we're going to start moving.
But the benefit is, there's a couple of benefits. Obviously, we're going to not have to hang around for ages, but also we're going to arrive at about 8:05, and we're going to be finding our park up only by about 8:30, just as it's going dark, which is a bit more of a hassle. Makes it a later night as well, whereas we've actually got an evening because we're going to be getting to our park up around about 6:30, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's spot on. Really, really chuffed with that. That's worth picking up 43 speeding tickets on the way.
I hope not.
So do I.
Anyway, so I'm going to die, it's boiling. We're on his way now.
It's going to be a real adventure, isn't it? It's going to be quite an amazing trip. We're away for 24 nights in this micro camper, in this little space here, this little tiny space here. That is home for the next 24 nights.
It's a good job I'm comfortable with you.
You have to be good friends, I think, to be in a space like this, don't you?
Yep.
Yep.
You're a maniac.
I'm not. I was cautious. I was very cool. I tell you what, though, some of the driving down south, it's appalling, isn't it? There's no anticipation, no understanding, no empathy, absolutely no understanding of things. You know, a number of middle lane hoggers. That's a total everybody middle lane hoggers tired.
Middle main loggers was retired. Retired.
Little main loggers. Yeah, they're all yeah. Well, we got up at what was it this morning? 1:30.
About 1:30.
Yeah, because you've been to work.
I've been to work, got out of work, and straight down motorway down here.
I had to pack the camper up, so I slept in the camper last night, and yeah, left Harrogate at 9:05.
They're coming off.
Oh,
they're coming off, so
brilliant.
We're just about to go now.
Back in the queue. Go on, back in the queue. You're naughty. No. Back in the queue. They probably paid for priority boarding as well, but then went off to get a coffee or something.
We're going.
No, we're not. We're not moving.
We are, look, they're moving.
Cars are moving.
Go. Yes, look, we're moving. Come on.
Yes, that's the time to put your engine on. Moving. What is any foot passengers? You know, those little guys 12 inches high.
I shouldn't laugh at your jokes, they're rubbish.
I know. Don't laugh at my jokes, it only encourages me. I can't see foot passengers, mind you, they're so little we probably wouldn't see them, would we?
No.
Idiot in the small boat can't make up his mind which lane to be in. What's this about?
I don't know, but it looks like he wants more than one lane.
He's got a car bigger than everybody else's, clearly. Around this thing.
He wants to go here.
Look at this idiot.
Is that him there? It's like, how much room? You can come through.
Come here. No, look.
Is that a lifeboat?
Yeah, it's quite substantial, isn't it?
Yeah, we've not got microphones on, remember?
I know.
Hopefully we won't need to use that. Ew.
It's told us to go to the prow of the ship, but we wanted to watch the White Cliffs of Dover receding, didn't we?
Are we moving?
We are.
I didn't think we were moving.
Anyway, we can see the White Cliffs, but we're not going to be able to see them once we're properly underway.
Let's have a look round here.
I want to get to the back.
Where to?
The whole point of watching the ship depart is to watch the White Cliffs of Dover recede, in my opinion.
Well, let's just go this way. You can't go that way. Come on. Right, well, we've arrived in Calais, haven't we?
We have already been told off by somebody.
Like who?
That man who didn't like the fact that I jumped lanes inside the actual deck of the ship.
You're incredibly naughty
In 100 metres, turn right towards Sortie.
Lately?
Yeah, right, well,
Turn right towards Sortie,
So
then
only
turn
been
left
naughty
onto
lately.
Sortie.
yeah, well... Trying to find a park up now. We've put a pin in.
Head south towards post 11.
Ooh. Remember which side of the road you need to be on.
50 metres.
Right, I need to
turn left
concentrate.
onto Sortie.
Catch you in a bit.
Morning.
Morning. First day in France. We are at this nice park up. We're just behind a cemetery.
We had a look around it last night, didn't we? And it is beautiful. It's a
Yeah.
very modern cemetery. Quite poignant, we thought.
Spent last night here. This park up. And now we're heading on to Wimereux Cemetery where John McCrae is buried. It's only about a 5-minute drive, isn't it?
Yep. Just think of what 3 words now.
What was it?
Well, if it's correct, hang on. Hysteric, practical, monotonous.
A bit random.
Sounds like you. Hysterical, practical, but monotonous.
Right, so that was what 3 words for this park up. And it was a good night, a quiet night. I think we had only one other camper outside of us, but
Yeah, they were
no
quiet as
trouble.
anything.
And
Why would they be?
yeah, so let's head on now to Wimereux Cemetery.
Wimereux, Wimereux, Wimereux. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the
Is that
lion
appropriate?
sleeps tonight.
Right, let's head on now. So this is Wimereux Communal Cemetery in Wimereux, and I'll put it on the screen here how to spell it.
Oh,
IVH3, the plot.
they're
There
different,
it
aren't
is.
they? They're all laid down.
Oh no, yeah they are. So do you know where IVH3 is? That's where his plot is. The plot for John McCrae.
This makes no sense.
What's wrong? It's coming on to rain. Typical. Here he is, coming back with a brolly. And it's just stopped raining.
Beg your pardon?
It's just stopped raining.
Stopped. Ooh.
Yeah,
Whoa!
careful.
Nearly blew away.
I thought I'd look for a grave that had a poppy on it at least, and I found it.
Well done.
So, this is the grave of Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae. Colonel John McCrae, he died of pneumonia. He was a doctor and he was stationed at one point at Essex Farm. That's a cemetery there. But it was a field dressing station, so it was an advanced field dressing station to be precise. And he tended to the wounds of many men that were injured on the battlefield at the time. And we'll be going to Essex Farm later on in this journey. So, and
That's where he wrote the poem, isn't it?
he wrote a poem called In Flanders Field.
I think he wrote the poem after his best friend got killed, I believe. So, short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields, take up our quarrel with the foe, To you from failing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
And that is the reason why we have the poppy as a symbol on Remembrance Day and the armistice. So that's why we all wear poppies. Can't control the rain. Hopefully it'll clear up at some point. But now we're going to head on to another cemetery. It's about a half a mile drive. Not half a mile. I'm getting everything so wrong here.
32 minutes.
32 minutes, so it's a half an hour drive.
33 kilometres, whatever that is old in real money.
Right, so we're going to Etaples. We're going to Etaples Military Cemetery. It's about a half an hour drive from here. And
About 20 miles.
yeah, and it's a relative of James. So do you want to mention briefly who he
Head
is?
southwest on Rue Jean Moulin towards Rue McCrae.
Rue McCrae, just down here.
Rue McCrae.
Rue being road or street, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we could talk about him when we get there, could we? My
Yeah?
father's cousin. Yeah. I'll talk about it now, shall we? Yeah.
No, we'll talk about it when we get there, actually, shall we? That makes sense. So now we're going to head on to another cemetery. Etaples Military Cemetery. So let's get on.
It was near a hospital, but it was for a hospital pretty well. So I think only one person was killed there. It happened to be a nurse. I think she might have been hit by a shell.
I think it was attacked as well during World War One.
And I think one of the very few women who were killed in the First World War, it was actually a nurse, and she was hit by a stray shell, or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it about 11,000 buried there?
There's something like 11,000 buried there, but
But pretty well all have the headstone with a name on.
yeah,
Pretty well no unknown
There's
soldiers
no unknown.
because they died from their wounds.
yeah. It was also a military training camp at the time, so when men came over from England, it was a training place for them to go for further training before they went onto the trenches on the Western Front. So it was a training place as well, and a hospital for the injured. It was actually en route back to England, so many men may be on their way back home to England to have further medical, care. So let's go. Come on then, let's go have a look. We'll get in. So in this cemetery, there's almost 11,500 dead from the First World War and the Second World War. And in here, we're going to find your relative. Your dad's cousin.
Cecil Frank Carter.
Your dad's first cousin.
And he was born 1890, so a long time ago, and he died aged 27 in 1917. Cecil Frank Carter.
Dan, just look at this. Now we've got the cross of sacrifice, God, yeah, like they're having all the Commonwealth war graves, and in fact, I'll tell you what, we'll have a look from up here. Let's have a look from up here, because there's a heck of a lot of graves.
Oh. It's stopped raining, isn't it?
It's stopped raining now. Look at all them. There's a lot in there.
Wow.
It
And
isn't.
and this isn't even the biggest cemetery. The biggest
isn't
one's
the biggest.
Tyncott with
Yeah.
over 12,000.
Right, so let's get down. And what you've got also in every cemetery is a register. Oh, have you brought a pen?
Of course not. That would have been efficient.
You could always
But there is
go.
always one there.
Oh, that's handy, isn't it?
That's quite nice of somebody to leave that for us.
So if we try and find, it'll be in this one, the visitors. So you can write whatever you want. There's no room left.
It's full up. No room at the inn.
Well, I'm sure you can find space somewhere. So there's what is written. In remembrance of Cecil Frank Carter, 1890 to 1917, my father's cousin. Never forgotten. So, now you want to find his grave, don't you?
Yeah, and I got a free pen, look.
Put it back, let other people write what they need to write.
It's kind of something to leave it, to be honest. It's kind.
Nice. Right, come on then.
I know where it is.
It's in a group.
Yeah, it's near that tree. It's by that tree.
Ah, yeah, XXX, so 30.
Yeah.
We have written it down, but we forgot to kind of jot us memory with it, but we roughly know where it is, don't we?
We do.
We've been here before. It's not like we've not been around this area and done things like that. Do you want to walk down these steps, don't you, so you don't go flying, because grass is wet? Or maybe not. Maybe you want an adventure. I don't know. I don't want an adventure.
There was a couple of interesting gravestones I remember,
Right.
which were somewhere in these rows, but we can have a look at them after maybe.
Yeah. There is a few famous graves sort of who were Australian footballers at the time in the First World War. and-
Really? Yeah, there's New Zealand there. Auckland. Canadian infantry.
So shall we find Cecil's grave?
There was actually 20 service women killed here. I just read, or rather, laid to rest here. That's probably both wars, to be fair. Probably both
Yeah.
wars. So,
What you won't find here is graves with unknown soldiers, because
pretty well.
like we've said, it was a hospital, a military hospital, as well as a training ground, but a military hospital, so they will have had all the identification on them, so it's not like you wouldn't be able to identify any of these dead. They all died from their wounds from the battlefield. It's peaceful, isn't it?
It's humans. Here we are.
There we go.
Cecil. I think he must have been known as Frank,
I think so.
because it says
Yeah.
C. Frank Carter.
That's it.
So my soul fleeth unto the Lord before the morning watch. I say, before the morning watch.
And I think this bit of text here can be of the relative's choice.
They paid for it, didn't they? Was
Yeah.
it 9 old pence per letter or
I'm
something?
not sure.
I'm gonna lay it there, Poppy. Cross.
So we've got a cross to remember Cecil with.
Frank.
Frank.
And he's here with all his fellow combatants and comrades. Father was 6 when he died, so he would have remembered him. He
may have known him, yeah.
He will have done. He will have done. They lived in Brighton. All of them lived in Brighton, and so he would have probably shed a tear or two. Might have been a favourite. Well, he was a cousin, but he was 11 years older, which meant that he probably was a bit like almost like an uncle figure. If you saw him, you know, may have brought him sweeties or whatever, because before he was called up, before the war, you know, Frank probably would have been working, earning enough money to bring my father sweeties or whatever. So yes, he would have remembered him.
Well, he was a tailor's apprentice, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah.
When he did an apprenticeship in being a tailor.
He was. I think his father was a tailor as well, wasn't he?
In Brighton.
Didn't he train as a tailor's cutter? Which is obviously where he cut the material up, but his father was a tailor.
Yeah.
So he was training up into the family firm. A couple side by side, and this is going to be very common in more other cemeteries. A sailor of the 1939-1945 war. No rank or whatever, known unto God. But obviously he was brought here. And then the one next door...
It must not have had any identification on him then. I were wrong.
Well, I didn't
expect to see somebody unknown.
Yes, but that's because they've been brought here from someplace else. This one, a soldier of the Great War, which is the Second World War again. And again, known unto God.
Well, I actually believe that there were all... You know, identification.
Well,
everybody knew who they were
there's
in
going to
this
be the
cemetery.
there's going to be the odd one, isn't there? Like these two.
Well, I weren't expecting that. Another victim of the 1939 to 1945 war, 5th of September 1942.
A victim doesn't even say whether he was in the Army, Air Force, or Navy, does it?
Actually,
another one here. Look.
I'll take it back. I said that there'll be no unknown graves, and there is.
We're not experts, are we? We're not experts. And
no.
We bumble through. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, I remember wife Ida. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Wife Ida.
Oh.
Very sad. Royal Welsh Fusiliers, and the commemoration at the bottom is written in Welsh.
Right. Well, got my knee.
And the one next door.
I can't read that.
Well, obviously we can't read Welsh.
I'm sure somebody will be able to translate that.
Anybody know how to translate that? Or they put into Google Translate for us?
Anyone know how to translate that?
Well, you could actually put it in Google Translate. Look at the one next door as well. And we could also put that in Google Translate as well.
Peace to his dust, that must be what it means. Yeah, we're just looking at these all died after the armistice, so they must have died of all the wounds.
Or Spanish flu.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. But this is the grave that you've been looking for, and it's here.
You found it?
I'm presuming it's the one, and it looks slightly different to all the others. Apart from the German ones. There's some German ones right far down there.
Which one have you found?
Florence Grover.
Oh, Florence.
Is that the one you were looking for?
Well, I didn't. There was 20 females, but she might be the only one for the First War. I'm not sure.
Right.
In loving memory until the daybreak, and their shadows flee. And I've been trying to look for this one I really wanted to look for, but I can't find it. But I did photograph it from last time we were here, which we'll put up.
Right,
and
okay.
it was to Bombardier S. Lomas, so not too much detail there. Gives his date of his
I've seen
death,
a Bombardier.
11th of
around
May.
here.
Well, it isn't, because look, if you orientate it, that, which is one of those,
Right.
so it's in one of those rows facing that way, looking up. Bombardier S. Lomas, Royal Field Artillery, 11th of May 1917, so not overly detailed, but then the inscription, the beloved son of Frank and Hannah Lomas, 12 Berry Road, Edgingworth, near Bolton. They missed out the postcode.
Oh yeah, I remember,
Do you remember
that one.
I just read it, and I know, actually, well, laugh isn't the right term, but,
No, but
it
it's
tickled.
just very-
It tickled me, because it's like they give their
sweet.
address.
It's sweet.
12 Berry Road, Edgeworth, near Bolton. You know, is that God, so that God can return their son to him, or when they
Oh.
come, it's all.
I just think it's
just-
very sweet, very, very.
They were paying 9 old
Bolton,
pence
where's
per.
Bolton? It's like Lancashire.
Bolton, Lancashire.
I
Yeah.
thought yeah, it's Lancashire.
Yeah.
It's very northern, isn't it, sort of thing to do. But
Yeah.
I think that's sweet.
I can't find it.
that,
We'll put up
bless.
a screenshot.
Yeah. Anyway. Is
What do you
it?
have?
Do you want to add more to this?
No, let's just go and say goodbye to Frank, and
Let's
then
go
we'll
say
be off.
goodbye to Frank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until the next time we come.
Yeah, because we'll come back, won't we?
We do.
We always do.
Every couple of years, apart from during COVID.
Yeah.
Had a big gap. Well, we came in 1918, didn't we?
No, we didn't come in 1918. You know, it's
Well,
not just.
I did in a former life.
It's nice to know it's not just me that says daft things.
Well, yours is middle-aged woman, or whatever you want to call what phrase
yours
you
is middle-aged man.
use. And mine is just old age senility.
So here he is.
There he is.
I'm going to say goodbye to him.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Frank. Sleep easy.
Right, moving on now from World War I stuff to a bit of World War II stuff briefly. And we're going to be going back to do some World War I stuff as well, obviously. But we're going to head towards Pegasus Bridge. And it's, what, a 3-hour drive? And we may actually find a park up before we actually get there, because it's, what, 2:30 now? So...
I keep on forgetting the clocks are further forward, aren't they?
Yeah,
Looking at that and thinking, well, we're not doing bad.
yeah, the clock's forward here in France. So let's see how far we can get. Like I say, we're going to be covering lots of different little things in this journey. Mainly World War I stuff, but we're going to throw in a little bit of World War II and whatever else we can find.
Bit of medieval history is coming in here.
Only briefly, of course. So
Let's go.
let's go.
Let's go, go, go.
We might, like I said, we might find a park up before we reach there. We'll see what happens. You've written it all!
It's on there, look.
Oh. Right, okay, see you in a bit.
I'm just poodling along behind this lorry at about 56 miles an hour, whatever lorries do, and it's quite relaxing, really.
It's probably not called Pegasus Bridge anymore, is it? And 28 soldiers landed on this spot at 20 past midnight.
28 soldiers in one glider.